Hey guys, welcome back to Larry TCG. Sorry it's been a little while since I've posted a video. Been on a little holiday to Japan. It was a lot of fun. The purpose of today's video is to just sort of discuss a little bit of what I observed in Japan. It's very interesting. I went there and obviously Japan is a beautiful place. I had a wonderful time, but I really wanted to, I guess, explore and do a little bit of One Piece related things as well. So I can speak Japanese, so one of my goals was to go to Japan and actually play one of their locals. Now I ended up playing a few locals because it is a lot of fun and people are lovely. The locals are very well organized, they're very professional, the people are very, very pleasant to talk to. I understand there's a bit of a language barrier, but yeah, they're just really nice people, and you get a very competitive experience, I found. So planning my trip around BCF was the intention from the start. I went last year and it was a blast. We got to watch Worlds live last year and I just remember it being such a great experience. We got to see the ban list reveal live when they banned Gecko and Jinbei and Raigo, and it was such a electric feeling being in the crowd when all of that was happening. And then you obviously got to play some games at the actual event. So last year's one was all of the games under one roof, which was a bit cramped, I will say. This year they changed it a lot, which I'll go into in a moment, but pretty much the games you can play on the day, so you can play what they call matching battles, where you play 5 consecutive battles or matches in a row against random people. So you just get randomly assigned an opponent in the room who's also signed up for matching battles, and then you just sit down at the table that you're allocated and then you play, which is really, really fun because A, you don't know what you're going to play, B, you don't know who you're going to verse, and C, you get to play a bunch of games against a variety of different players. So it was really, really cool to do that again this year. However, unfortunately, they did change the format of it a bit. So initially they said that they were going to move One Piece to a separate building, which was obviously really good because it's one of their biggest games and definitely needed a bit more attention just because it was one of the more popular games under BCF's roof last year. So that was good. However, they did move Worlds to a separate weekend. They actually just moved it to the weekend prior to BCF, which was a little bit sad. It meant that it wasn't available to the public for access. It meant that we couldn't really watch it. I know that this happened a little while ago, and I know that people have already been talking about it on Twitter and whatnot, and it was a little bit of a letdown in terms of coverage and whatnot. That's a whole different thing, which I won't go into. But for me personally, I would have loved to have, seen it live and watch everything play out as I'm there at the event. But what can you do? It is what it is. They had matching battles still, and then they had the ability to sign up for flagships and for CSs, which I tried to sign up for, but unfortunately, because it is a lottery system, I missed on all of them, which I was really, really bummed. I really wanted to play, but it's lottery, it is what it is. So I still got to play matching battles and I still had a lot of fun. I still got to, wander around the venue. I still got to get some really cool prizes, and you get a little show bag for entering the venue, which comes with some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, look, I had a really good time. And then outside of BCF, I was able to play a bunch of locals and just really absorb how the competitive environment is in Tokyo. It was Tokyo I played in mainly. But it is very interesting because now I've come back to Australia. I'm sort of seeing a bunch of these things play out now, or like we're seeing different things happen as a result of the things we've already seen or the experiences that they're living currently in Japan. So I thought that was really cool. And also while I was there, we of course had the pudding ban, and then just after I got back, like the day that I got back, which was the 31st, they announced that they would, well, the day before actually, when I was getting on my flight, they announced that they would be doing a revision, like an emergency ban list, if you will, and then a revision to that. And then on the 31st, they announced that Quasar and Borsalino would be pair banned, which was something that was so interesting at the time when it didn't get hit and on the first pudding list. It was crazy because I got to talk to a bunch of players at Japanese locals and I got to sort of ask for their opinions. And, it's interesting because, yes, you know, you can obviously read about, you know, what people say on Twitter and whatnot, but being able to directly ask people what their opinion is, like in real time at a locals in Japan, is like super cool, because you get a very unfiltered kind of opinion about some of the decisions. Now, obviously, you know, card games is a very shared experience. Like we play it, we love it, we all have a lot of fun with it. So a lot of the responses and stuff were kind of obviously biased because, you know, people have different experiences. It was very interesting to see that some of the responses were from more of a game health perspective, as opposed to, I want to see this banned, you know, like it's a very common thing to hear in the West where people are just like, I want to see this card banned because I hate it, or something like that. And that's completely valid, you know, obviously if you want to see something banned, that's fine. But yeah, these guys were kind of like, oh, you know, like this card has been really unhealthy lately. It's seeing games drag on for a long time. It's seeing really uninteractive board states, or it sees a bunch of decks being unable to keep up, etc., etc. So having some of those responses was really good. Some of the I spoke to a lot of people, so I'll just sort of summarize. I'm not quoting anyone specifically, but there was a sense that there was a little bit missed off the first list, the pudding list. And that definitely was either Quasar or Borsellino. Some people were saying Borsellino should have been locked to Egghead, which is a fair thing to say. You know, obviously, it's such a generic card as it is. Locking it to Egghead would have made it a lot less ubiquitous. Obviously, there are some good Egghead decks that could abuse it, but the format is not, you know, Nami and Boa abusing the Quasar combo or Borsellino, right? So there was that, and then obviously there was the pair ban discussion. There was just banning Borsellino outright. There was banning Quasar outright, etc., etc. So a bunch of different perspectives there. There was some people talking about certain cards in Ace and Emu. You know, Emu was a weird one, because Emu, initially people were like, okay, this deck needs to be hit. But as Yellow got stronger, people were seeing Emu drop off, because Emu does struggle into having all their life burnt, not being able to keep up with all of the heals, etc., etc., being, you know, femered for a massive swing with Boa. Now Boa is able to heal so many more lives. It created this situation where people didn't really focus on Emu as much in terms of a ban list. And Ace was the same. Ace does struggle into some of these, you know, yellow decks as well. Some of these newer strategies, more aggressive decks like Purple and Nell. So there wasn't even anyone that sort of mentioned that the 8 cost should have been pair banned to the 10 cost, which is fair now. Like, you're looking at it and you're kind of going, yeah, you know, Ace is not a tier 1 deck anymore. He's still very strong, I think, but he's not definitely where he was, like, say, a format or two ago. It's the focus was mainly on Yellow and Pudding, of course. So, but yeah, it was pretty interesting to get opinions and to see what people thought, I guess. And when I played locals, I was just playing Blue Rebecca because I just wanted to go and have fun. I didn't want to spend too much money on a deck when I was there, because you have to play all in Japanese cards. And whilst Rebecca isn't the best deck, it was still like, I still had to pay probably 90 Australian dollars to get the whole thing, just because Sabos and Rebecca's mainly. So, and by the time I went, I saw that there were a couple of Rebecca lists that were doing well. I think one won a flagship, and then one was, you know, winning some locals and stuff. So it was like the cards went up a little bit in price, so it was a little bit unfortunate. The year before, when I went to Japan, I played Shirohoshi, so I wanted to just play another leader that couldn't attack, just for funsies, you know. So but yeah, look, aside from those experiences, it was really, really good. But look, the other half of the video is me actually doing a little bit of a haul. So I bought a bunch of cards, obviously, in Japan, and I just wanted to show off some of the stuff that I was able to pick up in Japan, some of the goodies I got from BCF. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you very much for tuning into the video. Again, sorry I've been away for a little while, but I'll be back to posting regularly. So without further ado, let's have a look at some of the cool cards I picked up in Japan. Okay, so to start off, I just want to go over some of the stuff that I got from BCF. So they give you a little goodie bag, and then when you played the matching battle, you actually get a bunch of promos, which was really cool. So to start off, I got a little pack that had all of the promos, or not promos, rather the cards that had been, the block numbers had been updated on. So this is really cool. It meant that, you know, if you didn't have these cards for whatever reason, you get them all in one pack, and they, you know, have the new arts. So it's really cool. They all have new alt arts. And yeah, they're all in common, but yeah, it's really cool to have access to them really quickly. Now that rotation's happened, we can kind of still have access to these cards. So really cool. So that came in one pack, so it was a pretty thick pack. In addition to that, I got another pack which had some cool promos in them. Well, I think these cards already exist as well, of course. But Odin, the Vista Double Attack, the Nekomamushi, the 2K that they play in... No, it's not the 2K, it's the blocker guy that they play in Emu, and Shakuyaku, which is really cool. Really hoping to get this soon. And yeah, really cool little pack to get as well. So got those. And for actually attending the event, you get a special promo pack which has a number of different cards in it. So you can, I think it has, I don't know, 8 different cards or something in it, maybe a bit more. But my pulls were the Vivi, which is a box topper in the West. I got the Hack, which is one of my favorite cards actually from my Koala deck. This is a regional card now, I think. I think it's been printed in regional pack now. I pulled the Luffy One Piece Day one, which apparently is actually worth something. I thought it was cool because it said One Piece Day and it's got Luffy on it. Yeah, and then you get a Bandai Fest Afro Luffy, which is stamped. I don't know if you can see that, but it's stamped Bandai Fest. So it's a cool little memento to kind of have from the event. So that was really cool. And you get a random pack of sleeves, which I got Law, really cool, Gender Bender Law. And then for playing the matching battle, so I only got 2 wins out of 5 because it was really brutal playing into the Boa decks with a leader that can't attack and having them heal and trash your life and stuff. But I had fun still, it was really good. But I was able to get an Elbafdon. So yeah, really cool texturing on it. It's got like kind of, it's like foily a little bit. It's got like gold bits on it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so got one of these. Yeah, so that's what I got from BCF. For my locals, I played, well, the matching battles, and then I played 3 locals in total. I got a couple promo packs. So I got the Makita, and then I got the new alt of Gorgon Sister, which is really, really cool. I got another Gorgon Sister, but I gave it to someone that was playing at the event just because they were a really nice person. Gave me a lot of advice and just had a really nice chat to me. And yeah, it was really good. Made some friends at the locals, which is what the game's about, you know? Now for just some pickups that I got at some One Piece stores, which were really cool. Got Otama alt art just because it's getting rotated out. It was very cheap. It was actually in the bargain bin, so I got it for like $2 or something. But I really love Otama. I really like the art of this. And this card was expensive for a while because it was PRB alt. So I got a UP Luffy leader. Weird pickup, but it was only $20. So I was like, okay, I'll just grab it. And you know, if I'm playing, say, friendlies, or if I'm playing whatever, I can just use it instead of the common, and it's just a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And I thought it was really, really cheap, so I was like, okay, I'll pick it up. I got a Sugar Goofy Eyes face. This was really cool. I really wanted to get these. I didn't really want to get all of them. I just wanted to get this one and Perona, which obviously I got. And yeah, Sugar's a deck that I really enjoy, so I picked up a Sugar. I picked up a Bonnie. So I picked up a flagship Bonnie, I think it is. I think it's flagship there. Much cheaper in Japan, so you're probably like, oh, that's a lot of money. And it's not. It's really cheap. I really like the art on this, and I really think it's a cool card. I wanted to just own it for collection, and I think that this card's going to be very expensive in Australia or in wherever in TCG. So picked it up for $40, and it's going to be much better than paying hundreds of dollars for it when it comes out. So that's the intention of that. I got a couple of little Choppadons for when I bought some sleeves, which was pretty cool. Yeah, just a little gift you get for purchasing. So now moving on to some of my favorites. So I got the Goofy Perona face, which is obviously probably the one thing I wanted to get. If I got nothing else, I wanted to get this because obviously, yeah, Perona, and it's really, really funny. I got 2 Perona alt arts from EBO3. Just wanted to get 4 of it. I have 2 in English already, but I just wanted to just finish the set. My actual set, which I'll play, will be an SP set, so this will be just for collection. They're very, very cheap, so yeah. Picked up SP Perona from OP14, is it? It's the OP6 one, the 2K. But it, again, very cheap in Japan compared to what it is in the West. The intention of me buying these cards is for collection, a lot of them. I'm a big collector, and I really don't mind if it's in Japanese because A, I speak Japanese, and B, I often go, so I could even just play the cards if they're still in rotation. But yeah, just having the art is enough for me, and I'm very happy that I'm able to get them for a lot more reasonable prices. So I got the 3rd anniversary Perona. Finally, they've reprinted the one that is the Searcher for Slash. They keep printing the Thriller Bark one for some reason, but yeah, this one is the Slash Searcher. Really like the art on this, so pretty. I got it's the 1-cost Searcher, or the Stacker, but it's really cool art, so I wanted to pick it up. And probably my happiest part of my hunt was being able to pick up all of these Peronodons. So you'll see this one's in English. I have 1 in English, and then I really wanted to get a set of them, obviously, but picking them up in TCG is really hard now because PRB 1 is out of print, and it's just really, really hard. The people that want to keep them will keep them. People that want to sell them will sell them for a lot of money. And just the price for 1 in the TCG is a lot. So being able to pick them up, it was just way more affordable to pick them up in Japan. So I waited and then was able to pick them up. So really happy I was able to find all of them. They're honestly really, really affordable if, you know, you kind of want to pick up a high rarity Don set. And it was really, really cool. They had a whole lot of other Dons as well. Like, it wasn't just Peronodons. They had so many different characters. So if you love a certain gold Don set and you really like a certain character, yeah, much more affordable to get them from Japan, to be honest. So really happy about that. That's all the Perona cards, surprisingly. I was just able to complete some sets and pick up some cards that I really wanted for my collection, so really happy about that. This is probably the biggest purchase I made in for One Piece cards. It was this card. I'm really, really happy I was able to pick it up though. This card is extremely expensive in the TCG, like prohibitively expensive. I know that when this came out, it was obscenely expensive, and it's still honestly really expensive. This card was probably a quarter of the price in Japan, which is absolutely crazy. I really, really wanted one for collection. I don't really care about having 4 of these for a deck or anything. I just wanted one for collection. So I bit the bullet, and obviously in Japan you get tax-free and stuff. You get the little discount for being a foreigner, so that's kind of cool. So you can pick up some stuff and not feel so bad about it. Just for some other little bits and bobs, I did pick up the Rebecca deck, as I said. So I picked up the alt leader. This was like $10. So really, really crazy that leaders could be so cheap. Obviously the UP Luffy leader was really cheap. Rebecca was also very cheap. Honestly, the Sabos, the super rare ones, they were more expensive. Like, one of them was more expensive than this, which is kind of crazy at the time. And I picked up a bunch of the cases with it. So I'll just show off the little ace I bought. So I bought Ace Leader as well, which was extremely cheap as well. Again, just wanted to have the alt art. I think Ace is a pretty cool deck, and yeah, just wanted to have it. You can see the red and blue case on the leaders at the moment. I bought a set of the leader cases, so all of the colors. The red ones here, the other red ones on another leader I have, but yeah, all of the colors, so I can kind of make it a bit more themed and whatnot. Really cool. I can't get these really in the TCG, and I only had like a couple of black ones, which black was fine. Black kind of suits a lot of the leaders anyway, but having it themed is kind of nice. So, but look, that's everything. I'm really happy I was able to go to Japan. Really happy that a lot of these cards are affordable in Japan. Highly recommend if you can get over there and you do want to complete some sets, just hang on. Pick it up in Japan if you don't really care that it's in English. Collector-wise, it's obviously a little bit easier to get these stuff overall in the West, but you're going to be paying so much more. So you got to weigh it up, I suppose. But yeah, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll be back to regularly posting again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.